gives us great pleasure to be hosting you and your spiritual warrior team as well. And I see some new devotees as well. So welcome to ISKCON of Hudson. For those that are not aware of Prabhuji, I mean, there's hardly anything that we cannot say about the things that Prabhuji has done, but Prabhuji is an IIT Bombay pass out and with a gold medal that too. He's worked in some of the biggest corporate companies and he dedicated most of his decades of life into the service of Srila Prabhupada and furthering Chaitanya Prabhu's mission. Since joining ISKCON in 1991, he has served as the temple president of ISKCON of Pune, and he's initiated a youth outreach program called VOICE, which is Vedic Voices for Inspiration, Culture, and Education. Prabhuji is a public author, speaker, and counselor. He does a lot of corporate seminars. He's given a lot of impactful lectures in MIT, in IIT, Stanford, and many other premium institutes. Above all, from whatever lectures you've heard of Prabhuji, he embodies humility and scholarship, obviously, with the great work that is written and which is reflected through his books, and deep devotion. So we are very, very honored and blessed to have your association right after the Radhashmi festival, and we look forward to hearing the pearls of wisdom that you have to share with us.
You must have had a big festival yesterday here, no?
Yeah, we did. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So Narottam Prabhu, you can tell something about this center also.
Yeah, so Narottam Prabhuji is the one who founded, so it's a congregation of around 1,800 people, but during festivals we have 400, 500 people coming in. It's an institute that we started 3 years ago.
Okay.
Primarily it's an organic movement.
Okay.
Here in Jersey City, most of the people that are being initiated into this ISKCON philosophy are
How this began? How it came about?
So Prabhuji has served other temples as presidents, etc., and he always had the desire of serving Jersey City. He saw a gap and he started off.
Okay. It was started about 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a very good
So
active
these
congregation.
devotees live close to this locality?
Yeah, in Jersey City, Secaucus, all the neighboring towns.
Okay. That's Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेष्व भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. So this nice topic was chosen and given to me. Why should you preach Krishna consciousness? So very thrilling topic it is, very important topic for a moment. You all know the pastime of Ambarish Maharaj and Durvasa Muni, isn't it? So when Durvasa Muni reached Vaikuntha, after going to Indraloka, Brahmaloka, Shivaloka, everybody was driven out. The Sudarshan was coming behind him. In Indraloka, Indra said, "Don't even come inside." He said, "Get out because Sudarshan is behind you, it will burn away our entire loka." So at last he reached the Vishnu Loka, Vaikuntha. There, Lord Narayana in his conversation with Durvasa told Durvasa that even I won't be able to save you from this Sudarshan. There's only one person who can save you, which is Ambarish Maharaj himself. You should go and fall at his feet. And Durvasa was surprised. He said, "My dear Lord Vishnu, you are the one who carries the chakra in your hand. You are called Chakri. How is it that you say you cannot withdraw the chakra? It is yours." And the Lord said, "Aham bhakta paradhina gyasvatantra yuvadvijan sadhu virgrasta hridayo bhaktair bhakta jana priya." He said, "My devotees have captured me in their hearts with their love, due to which I am completely bound by their love and I am absolutely not independent. Yasvatantra, asvatantra," he said. "I have no swatantrata to control this chakra. Therefore, I find myself helpless, Durvasa," he said. And Durvasa said, "What are you saying? How you can say that you are under someone else's control? I have heard in the first verse of Bhagavatam, your name is Swarat. Swarat means what? Completely independent. You are the supreme controller. How is it that you say that you being Supreme Lord, how are you under someone else's control? It is only your sentiment that you are attracted to your devotees, that you say you are controlled by them." And then the Lord said, there was one more verse the Lord said at this time. He said that just as a gentle husband is brought under the control of his beloved wife, who is chaste wife, similarly, my devotees, by their pure devotion to me, have brought me under their control. That's the example the Lord gave. And the Lord said, "Therefore I am helpless to help you. Better you go to Ambarish Maharaj," he said. So while saying these things to Durvasa, the Lord told, "My devotees are in my heart, and I am in the heart of my devotees. And they always think of me, and I always think of them," he said. That's a very famous verse. He said, "Sadhavo hridayam makhyam sadhunam hridayam tvaham madanyatte najananti naham tebhyo managapi." They don't know anything other than me. My devotees keep on talking about me. And I keep on remembering my devotees also. We are in each other's hearts. At that time, Durvasa Muni said, "My dear Lord, in Shastras you have said that Brahmanas are also very dear to you." What is the famous verse? "Namo Brahmane Devaya O Brahmana Hitaya Cha." And for your kind information, my Lord, I am Durvasa, I am also a Brahman. So I should also be dear to you. Am I not dear to you? Yes. Lord said, yes, Brahmanas are dear to me, but Vaishnavas are more dear to me. Lord said. He asked, why? Why is that? He asked. The Lord said, when you saw the Sudarshan Chakra behind your back, you were running from pillar to post. You ran to Indraloka, you ran to Shivaloka, you went to Brahmaloka, at last you come to me. Now also you are very keen to save your life. and you are afraid of this chakra behind you. Whereas my devotee Ambarish, you see him. When you created a big demon to kill him, what did Ambarish do? Did he run away? What was he doing? He just folded his palms, closed his eyes, and remembered Lord Vishnu and said, Mare Krishna Rakhe Ke, Rakhe Krishna Mare. If Lord Vishnu wants me to end my life, I am ready to end my life. If Vishnu wants to save my life, he can save me. He thought that his death has come near, and he just prayed to me. So look at his behavior, look at your behavior. Why will I not love Vaishnavas more than the Brahmanas? He said. And then the Lord told him, Vaishnavas have two special characteristics which make Vaishnavas very, very dear to me, he said. First thing he said, in this world, karmis want to enjoy this world. Jnanis want to get rid of sufferings of the world, get rid of cycle of birth and death. And they want to merge in Brahman and relax. And yogis want to get siddhis, ashta siddhis, and they want to walk on water, fly on sky and show off to other people. All the three fellows have their own independent agenda program. Karmis think, I want to enjoy. Jnanis say, I want freedom from suffering. Yogis say, I want siddhis. All are I want. Whereas Bhakta is the only one who tells me, my dear Lord, I simply want to serve you. Love you and serve you. So Bhaktas are always thinking, who is Krishna's mother? Who is Krishna's father? Which are the animals very dear to Krishna? Which is the mountain very dear to Krishna? Which is the river in which Krishna plays with his friends? Which is the abode which is very dear to Krishna? So they are thinking of all these things. Therefore my Bhaktas come back to me, he said, because they are always thinking of me, they don't think of themselves. And my Bhaktas do not even desire to go to heavenly planets. They don't even want moksha also. Then what do they want? They want only one thing. They want to do loving service. Nothing else. They simply want to love and serve. So Lord said, this is one thing that amazes me when I look at my devotees. In this world, imagine you are going in your car. In India, generally, somebody comes and cleanses your, the glass, this side, that side, everything. After that, correct now? And then you open the window, it's obvious, very well, they will ask for a tip. Correct now? But imagine somebody does like this open and they ask, please give me one more service. Is there anybody who will ask like that? Only Vaishnava can ask like that. Vaishnava will do one seva, and after that seva is over, ask for one more seva. And seva after seva after seva, Vaishnavas want to keep doing. They don't want anything in return. Ahaituki, it is said. So Lord said, this is something that amazes me. My devotees are always fond of serving me, but they don't want to accept anything from me. They don't demand anything. Sudama came to me, he stayed for a week, talked to me. He was wearing tattered clothes, with skinny body, bones visible, but he didn't ask for a single penny. He went back empty hands, happily. Not that he grudgingly went. 1 week I waited and Krishna didn't give me anything. He didn't say that. He happily went. In fact, what Sudama said, Kwaham daridra papiyan, Kwa Krishna Shri Niketanaha, Brahma bandhuriti smaham, Vahubhyam parirambitaha. He says, I am simply a fallen Brahmana, and Lord is actually Lakshmipati. Although he is so great, although I am so small, still he embraced me with his two arms. How kindly Krishna treated me with so much respect and affection. I will go and tell my family members how much Krishna loved me and how much Krishna, was kind to me. That's all he wanted. But then when he went home, what happened? You all know that, isn't it? So the Lord said, my devotees don't expect anything in return. So this was one thing the Lord said. The second thing Lord said is connected to our topic today. The Lord said, my devotees are extremely compassionate to the suffering souls. And they chase after the suffering souls to give them Krishna consciousness. Although in Bhagavad Gita I have already told Krishna vinna vichalayet. If somebody is running away from me, chod do, leave him. But my devotees say, no, we don't want to leave. Let me give one last try I will give to bring that jiva to you. Like that, my devotees are always eager to preach Krishna consciousness. And the practical example is Lord Nityananda. You all may be aware, in Nadia, Srila Mayapur, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to do night kirtans in a place called Shiva Sangan. So whole night kirtan dancing happened only amongst pure devotees. Nobody else was allowed there in Shiva Sangan. Next day early morning, when Nimai Pandit was coming out of the Shiva Sangan, these two drunkards were standing there. What are their names? They were standing somewhere on the midway. So Nimai Pandit was walking towards Ganga for taking bath. These two fellows told, Nimai, your kirtan was great. I said they appreciated. Nimai looked at them and then turned his face away and went away because he would never associate with people who are drunkards and other people. Nimai was a Vijasreshta, born in a pure Brahmana family. He would avoid keep distance from such people like Jayamadai. He never even went near them. But that is where the Sukriti started, correct now? Because they appreciated the Kirtan of the Vaishnavas. But later on, Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur in that preaching episode, you find about that. They went to a crowded place where a lot of people are surrounding, and Jagai Madai were in the middle, creating atrocity in the marketplace. That time Nityananda Prabhu personally went and pushed all the crowd aside and went to them and said, Jagai Madai, please chant the holy name. And they were thorough drunkards and abusers. They were terrible people. But you can imagine Nityananda Prabhu had such guts to preach to such people. And Jagai Madai asked, what? You are telling us to chant the holy name? They became angry. They chased after these two people and they both ran away. Who? Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. They ran away back to Lord Chaitanya. Once more they tried, second time. Nityananda Prabhu went to Jagai Madai and said, please chant the holy name. Because Nityananda Prabhu's idea was what? If I can deliver some of the most fallen people, like Jagai Madai, the whole world will develop trust in Lord Chaitanya's mercy. And in this way, everybody will come and accept mercy of Lord Chaitanya. With that idea, he wanted to see these two people delivered. So he went and asked Jagai Madai, please chant the holy name. So Madai took a pot and hit on the head of Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu's head started bleeding. When Nityananda fell down, immediately some Vaishnavas ran away from there and went and reported to Lord Chaitanya that this happened there. Nityananda Prabhu was hit, his head is bleeding. But Nityananda Prabhu was still pleading to Jagai Madai, I am not worried that my head is bleeding, this is alright, this I can adjust, but please chant the holy name. For him, giving the holy name was more important than bothering about his own bleeding head. Just imagine how much compassion he must have had. And as Lord Chaitanya arrived there on the scene, Lord Chaitanya became angry like a volcano. He shouted, Chakra! He said, he invoked Chakra, Sudarshan Chakra. He was about to cut off the head of Jagai Madai, both. At that time, Nityananda Prabhu came in between and he told Lord Chaitanya that please do not kill these people. You have come as a Kali Yuga avatar not for using your chakra. In Kali Yuga, you should kill only the demoniac mentality, not the demons. Otherwise, there are too many demons in Kali Yuga, you have to kill everybody. So he said, then Lord Chaitanya kept away the chakra. And then Nityananda Prabhu told one more thing. When Jagai was watching Madai hitting me with a pot, he stopped Jagai. Jagai stopped Madai for the second time when he wanted to beat me. The Lord heard that, he became pleased with Jagai and embraced him, gave him love of God. But then Lord didn't forgive Madai. Madai pleaded. Madai said, my dear Lord, whatever Jagai did, I did the same thing. We both are partners in atrocious activities. If you are giving him love of God, you should give me also love of God, he said. The Lord said, only if Nityananda forgives you, then I can avoid your love of God. And do you think Nityananda will not forgive? Nityananda easily forgave him. And then the Lord awarded love of God to both these brothers. So one day Lord Chaitanya told Nityananda that, you are a better preacher than me, Nityananda, he said. Nityananda asked, why do you say like this, my Lord? You are my master, I am your servant. Lord said, you see, I am a chakra-wielding preacher. You are a love-awarding preacher. If you were not there, I would have cut both the fellows' head. I would have finished them on the spot. But you are such a compassionate preacher and that you awarded love of God for these people by your compassion. Therefore, you are a better preacher than me. Nityananda said, no, my dear Lord. I am like a body, you are like my pran. Without pran, the body has no value. So your pran is my pran is your instruction. Therefore, whatever I am doing, preaching is all glory goes to you. He said, they both are praising each other like this. Doyalni tai chaitanya bole nakre yamarman. Doyalni tai chaitanya bole nakre yamarman. Nakre yamarman, nakre yamarman, nakre yamarman, nakre yamarman. So in this song he says, he says, Marke prem diye, doyal to nahi hai. He says, he accepted the beating on the head and he gave prem to whom? Jai Badai. So, in the same manner, the Vaishnavas are known for accepting all kinds of inconveniences and struggles and trials and difficulties in the world while reaching out the message of the sacred scriptures to the suffering conditioned souls. So, one example I told you is of Nityananda Prabhu I told you. In the same manner, you see Prahlad, when he was, how many of you saw Mahan Narsingh Avatar movie you saw? Most of you have seen, right? No? You saw Prahlad while he was in the Gurukula, he was preaching to his friends, correct? He made them all devotees. Whole Gurukula became devotee Gurukula after that. Prahlad's influence. Similarly, once Sripad Ramanujacharya, he went to Durkoshtiyur and met Goshti Purna, one Guruji, and the Guruji stayed with him for many, many days and learned from him. And the Guruji finally gave him one very special mantra. So he said, Dwadasha Akshari mantra I will give you, but this mantra is a very, very confidential mantra. It should be uttered only to Lord Narayana, and nobody else should hear it. You should not loudly utter it, silently, softly you should utter it. And I am confidentially giving you, don't give it to anybody. If you give it to somebody, that would be terrible, and that will lead to terrible problems, he said. Ramanuja agreed, but then when he came out of the house, he thought, oh, so many people are suffering from birth, old age, disease and death. Look at the people of the world. They are burning in the fire of material existence. We sing every morning, Samsara Dava Nalalida Loka Pranaya Karunya Ghana Ghanatvam, correct, no? So, the devotees of the Lord are supposed to be like a fire brigade men who are taking the water jet in their hands. Put the water jet. Like you all have seen in California when there were forest fires. They were sending helicopters with water jets to put off. You saw that. Similarly, Vaishnavas are also like that. They are supposed to put out the fire in this material world, making the angry people into peaceful people, making greedy people into calm people, isn't it? Making lusty people into people filled with love and devotion to the Lord. Making cruel people into compassionate people. Making atheistic people into godly people, correct, no? So the duty lies in the hands of the Vaishnava devotees. So Vaishnavas can transform the hearts of anybody whom they come across. Therefore, there is a very famous song. Tevar karuna karo Vaishnava dosa. Tevar karuna karo Vaishnava dosa. Patita pavan swabhav mere ke hona. Patita pavan swabhav mere ke hona. Char nikat gele papa dure jaay. Char nikat gele papa dure jaay. Devana dayala Prabhu seva kota paay. Devana dayala Prabhu seva kota paay. Sangar parat hoile patate pavana. Sangar hoile patate pavana. Darshane pavitra karo ye tumhara gun. Darshane pavitra karo ye tumhara gun. Samastare aparare, Harisare aparare, Tare गोविंद को है ना मोरा वैष्णव पराम कभी जल में कोरी राजा चरणे न धूली भरोसा में करो दया अपना रघोली हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे You know, the meaning of the song is, it says here, Vaishnava, you know, if you take a bath in a river, Ganga, only then you will get purified. You know? Whereas, when Srila Prabhupada came here, simply by looking at him, the hippies got purified. Darshana Pavitra Karo, Etumara wanted to say. Similarly, it is said, in your heart always resides Krishna. Tumhare hriday sada Govinda Vishna. Govinda ka hai na hora Vaishnava Puran. Vaishnavas are my life and soul, Lord says, because they have so much compassion in their hearts. There is one verse in Bhagavatam which says, Janasya Krishnat Bhogasya Devat Adharmashirasya Sudukkitasya Anugrahaye Vitaranti Nunam Bhutani Bhavyani Janardanasya. This verse says that the devotees, they travel place to place. Anugrahaye Charanti. Charanti means to move around. Prabhupada was in India, he was in Vrindavan, he came to America. I have a video of Prabhupada. I'll just show you 1 minute. Japan, she's done Japan, in India again, in Malaysia, Australia, India again. Russia. UK, Kenya, New Zealand, Hong Kong, Japan, okay. France, UK. Right. New Zealand, Indonesia, India, Germany, USA, UK, France, UK again.
Haribo.
This Prabhupada's extensive travel. So now the question is why one should travel like this, and that too in old age, after 70 to 82. That's the age in which he has traveled this much. 14 times he has encircled the globe in 12 years. So why should one travel and why should one preach like this? Because Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, anyone who preaches his message to the suffering souls, Krishna says, you become very dear to me. Rastasman manusheshu kashinme priya kratama. See, Lord himself, from the spiritual world, he descends into the material world, correct or not?
Yes.
He comes as avatar, correct? No? As Rama, as Krishna, Matsya Kurma Varaha Narsimha is coming. Why Lord is coming? Prabhupada says just like a prime minister of a country may go into a jail to see the thieves and see what are these fellows doing here now. He wants to see them reform and become better people so that they can get out of the jail. He inspires them, gives some motivational talk to them. Don't waste your time in the jail. Be a gentleman and come out and live a happy life. Lord also is coming in this world to remind us, come back and be happy with me. And he also performs colorful pastimes which are recorded in the Bhagavatam and other Puranas. So by hearing them, we can be reminded of the Lord, correct now? So Lord himself comes, following the Lord, the few devotees like Prabhupada also, they also come, traveling like this, going. So the devotees traveling like this and preaching is like putting off the fire in the material world. Different places. There are quarrels between members even within a family. Then one family in another family. Then one state in another state, or one country in another country. Multiple wars are going on nowadays. So the wars are mainly because the living beings have turned away from the Lord. And they are all suffering and making others suffer. Like Hiranyakashipu, he is suffering himself also and making Prahlad also suffer, and the whole world suffer. Similarly, look at Duryodhana. He is an unreasonable fellow. He is suffering himself and making others suffer also. You will see that. Like Ravana. He makes others cry and he also got destroyed. So, the world, the material world has such kind of situation. So, it's very important that the devotees increase the healing cells in this world and destroy the cancer cells. So, the cancer cells are asuri pravritti and the healing cells is Daivi Sampata, Daivi pravritti. So, why should we preach? Because we want to increase the Daivi Sampata in the world. Like the Mahalakshmi Avatar movie came to Hyderabad, more than a dozen schools went with like 2,000 children. They went to teachers, children, parents, everybody went and sat, the whole theatre got filled up. And all the devotees did Namaste Narsingha, they did. So very good vibration, correct now? So it's very important to preach to people. Now people ask, what are you guys doing in ISKCON? You are just preaching, giving knowledge and giving mantra. What practical thing are you doing for the world? People say. But if you see, like if you give food to a person today, tomorrow again he will come and ask you for food. If you give for 1 week, next week he will ask you. Give for 1 year, next year he will ask you. If you give a person food for the whole life, again he will be reborn and say, sir, I am reborn now, please give me food. Correct, no? He's going to come again and again. Because these needs cannot be completely fulfilled. Similarly, if you open a hospital, if somebody broke a leg, you repair his leg, then tomorrow you may break the hand, or you may get heart attack, you may get brain tumor, you may get kidney failure, finally there is multiple organ failure. Can you save a dying body? No. So, opening hospital and saving a dying body, you cannot save the body. Giving food to people, even whole life you give also, it will be reborn again. But if you give Krishna consciousness, Krishna says, Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti. They will come back to my abode, they will not be born again. So that is like a complete solution to suffering souls. You are connecting the orphan child back to his father. That is the preaching of Krishna consciousness. And therefore one should understand the glory of preaching over the ordinary mundane welfare activities. Similarly, see, if you are giving notebooks to school children, next life you will become a printing press owner with a lot of papers all around you. If you are giving a uniform to school children, next life you will be a textile mill owner. All clothes all around you, like that. Or if you are giving water in summer season to some people, as in India people do, Next life you'll be born near a riverside, or maybe you will have a syntax tank with 24-hour water supply continuously. So in this way you will see that the material welfare, if you do, you will get material benefits. But spiritual welfare, if you do, if you are giving a cookie to a beggar and say chant Hare Krishna, you are giving a spiritual benefit. You are connecting them back to his eternal Father. So then you also get Bhakti Sukriti, which is indeletable file. It's a permanent file it is. Once you do any bhakti, like chanting Hare Krishna, singing kirtan, hearing a class like this, and also worshipping the deity form of the Lord, and also going out on Harinam Sankirtan, distributing prasadam, distributing Prabhupada's books, all these spiritual activities, they are permanently recorded. They go with the soul. That's Punya will be destroyed, Papa will be destroyed, but Bhakti will never be destroyed. Punya will take you to heaven, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You come to earth. Pap, -3, -2, -1, 0. Over. Both will get exhausted. Whereas Bhakti will never get exhausted. Bhakti goes with the soul. So therefore, now the people who are receiving books and holy name and all from you, they benefit. But you may ask a question, what do I get out of that? What spiritual benefit? Therefore I have made this note. I'll just share the notes with you. See here. Mahaprabhu said, Yare dekhe tare kahe Krishna Upadesh. Mahaprabhu said, Amara ajna guru hai ya tare yehi desh. He said, take my instruction and go and distribute Krishna consciousness. Lord Chaitanya has ordered us, therefore we want to preach. And second thing is aligning with Prabhupada vision. So there are two types of people, Goshti Anandi, Bhajananandi. What are we in ISKCON? Are we Bhajananandis or Goshti Anandis? No, we are actually Goshti Anandis. See, Bhajananandi means you sit in the dham and just do bhajan. No preaching, zero preaching. That is called Bhajananandi. Bhajan Anandi means he just does bhajan and he is Ananda in that. He gets Ananda in what? His own bhajan only. If you ask him, why don't you go out and preach? No, he says, no, I am going to read Shastra, I am going to chant, that's all he will do. He will not go out of the door. No? But Goshtanandi means they go out. Our movement is called door-to-door movement, correct? No? Lord Chaitanya called Nityananda Haridas Thakur one day and said, Shuno, Shuno, Nityananda, Shuno, Haridas, Sarvatra Amara Ajna Koroho Prachar, Prati Gare Gare Giya Koro Yehi Diksha, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Shiksha. This is the instruction he gave. Go door-to-door, Nityananda Haridas. Bat at the door, when people would open the door, what should you ask them? 3 things. Always repeat this. Bolo Krishna,
Bolo Krishna,
Bhajo Krishna,
Bhajo Krishna,
Karo Krishna,
Karo Krishna,
Shiksha.
Shiksha.
Tell them that, please take the beads and then chant Hare Krishna. That's one thing. Second thing is, keep a deity form of Krishna at home and worship daily. And thirdly, study Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam and propagate the same knowledge to others. 3 things. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna. That's all you have to do. So, in this way, Mahaprabhu has given us an order that we should go out and do. Goshtananda means, like Prahlad is preaching to his friends. Ramanujacharya was telling you, he was given that mantra, but what did he do? He climbed up a Gopuram and told all the people of the village, come here, I have a great secret mantra which if you chant, you will go back home, back to Godhead. And 1,000 people faithfully assembled, they all offered obeisances and he gave them the mantra. They happily took the mantra, went back and chanted the mantra and became very happy. Guru became very angry. He called for Ramanuja and said, I told you, if you give this mantra to anyone, you will go to hell. Ramanuja, what he said? If one person goes to hell and 1,000 people go back to Godhead, it's wonderful. He said. So he is a preacher. Preacher means you feel sympathy for the suffering souls. So Ramanuja preached, Prabhupada preached, Prahlad preached, Haridas Thakur preached, Nityananda Prabhu preached. So we are all coming in their sampradaya and we have been ordered by Lord Chaitanya that we should preach. So aligning with vision of Prabhupada means don't become a Bhajananandi, become a Goshtanandi. Goshtanandi means go out and preach. Everybody, like in ISV, San Jose, they go in group. Like for example, 10 couples, they go to a shopping mall and put a table. Husband, wife, children, everybody. Even children are taking a book and showing to the people. Like the small kids also. They showed to the pastors. When pastors were amazed, oh, child is giving, so they accept it. Yeah? And they pay a donation like that. Similarly, some others are making prasad, some Prabhujis are distributing the books, and some Prabhujis are driving the vehicles and organizing all the families to be taken to a spot. It's a joint effort, collective. It's a very joyful experience, going out together with families. In Pune, what we do, in Pune temple, early morning, 5 o'clock, some 5-6 couples, they live together in a bus. We have mini bus we have. They go, along with books and everything, they go to a village, and from morning 5 to evening 5 or 6 they spend time. And the night they come back with a score, 300 books gone, 250 books gone, like that they sell in one day. So, and they also carry breakfast prasad, and then the village they take honor prasad there. So, and they all told me that it's a very joyful experience going with other families, going outdoor, doing some book distribution on behalf of Prabhupada and Guru Parampara, right now. So monthly once, different groups of couples, they go like that. So there is one devotee in Pune, he himself got a tempo traveler made, he and his wife and son, they keep traveling place to place distributing books, that's the main. So they're living in a mobile house. In America also I saw mobile houses, you've seen that? You've seen that?
RBs.
They have RBS. So similarly they also have mobile bus type of thing. The idea is take up some service in Prabhupada movement and do it, especially in preaching. See the third point, what benefits you get? Preaching protects one's own Krishna consciousness by keeping mind and intelligence absorbed. Correct or not? Kali man shaitan ka kar, we say, no? Idle man's mind is a devil's workshop. Never keep mind idling. But if you are going out to do some seva, your intelligence is planning how we can expand preaching, expand Bhakti-Vriksha, expand book distribution, everything. In preaching, one feels Krishna's direct empowerment. And also, when you distribute Krishna's mercy, you taste deeper faith, humility and realization. Why you feel humility? Some people will insult you when you go out. So you become humble. And also some people challenge you with some questions. Then you study more, you pray more, then you get more faith. And then you will get deeper realization, which is a gift that Krishna gives you when you go out and distribute books. So many people have many realizations. They are very thrilled. You will see anybody going out and doing some services, when they come back, they will have a lot of stories to share with you when they go out. On the other hand, those who don't engage in Sankirtan, they remain in closed doors. They will be remaining within 4 walls, they will be quarreling with one another. Because divinities have a tendency, you have to speak. Either you speak about the book and reach the book, or you quarrel with one another. You'll be doing that. And also, we become very lazy and we become dull. Only our tummy size will grow big. When we don't go out and do something for the Prabhupada movement. On the other hand, you can see the 3 couples who were sent to London, how much they worked hard in reaching out. So, on comparison, I already told you, by putting out the fire. So we are like firemen, saving the souls in the blazing fire of middle existence, Prabhupada said. And we are reaching so many gifts. Urmila Mataji wrote one book, which she says, going out on Harinam Sankirtan in the streets and giving them prasadam, books, all these things. What is it like? She says this is like giving a free Vaikuntha ticket to people. So it's distributing free tickets to Vaikuntha, because anybody who receives prasadam or a book or a temple card, they are going to come to temple and become devotees. And eventually they'll go back to Godhead, correct, no? Yeah. And then Krishna's desire is fulfilled, you become very dear to Krishna also. Prabhupada said, even if you say one soul, your life is successful. And the Lord Chaitanya's movement expands, you see. Actually, our movement is a colorful movement. Yesterday we were in Radha Govind temple, they did a very beautiful drama also. In Krishna and the Gopis drama, Radhe Shyam, and beautiful kirtan, Achula Gopi Mataji and others had come. Such amazing kirtans. So, many people do not know that our ISKCON temple has so much opportunity for social, cultural, spiritual, engagement. There was an American boy sitting ahead of me. He was hearing the kirtan. As the kirtan picked up, boy couldn't control himself. He got up and started dancing. A fair boy, tall boy. He was feeling so much ecstasy in the kirtan. You can see that the soul the soul's language is love of God. So whether the words of the mantra are in Sanskrit or any other language, it's immaterial. So in this way, many people are grateful. One true story I'll tell you what happened in Bombay. One man went and lied down in a railway line so that the train would go over him, he will commit suicide. That was the idea. But in India, generally trains are late. one train was supposed to come, came 4 hours late. So when he was lying down, police people saw him and immediately ran there and caught him and lifted him up and scolded him. Hey, what are you doing here? You cannot commit suicide. So he couldn't, he was caught, he was not allowed. Then he was wondering, waiting for another opportunity, what to do. So one day, when he was walking in the road, he heard one very famous song, one Hindi movie song. The meaning of the movie song was, oh, when will I reach that place where every word is a song, every gate is a dance, all water is like honey, and all people are pure. And in this way, that is happiness, happiness, happiness all around. Like that, there's a song. He heard the song, he was thrilled. Oh, if I have such a place, then why will I commit suicide? Which is that place? So he found out the movie, he found out the movie director, he went to the director's home directly and said, sir, who wrote this poem? Then he connected him to the poet. When he asked the poet said, no, I say likh diya, maine mujhe malum nahi. He said, I don't know the place. And he said, but then that director told him an interesting thing. He said, if you want to meet such people, there is one place I know in Bombay, he said. There is one temple called Radha temple. He said, you should go to Chapati. Those guys are early morning, they jump up and down, they're dancing. Have you ever seen anybody jumping in the early morning? They are dancing and they eat very good food and everything. They are very nice people, gentlemanly people. So you can go there, he said. So this man came on a Sunday there. When he came on a Sunday, huge crowd, Sunday feast was going on. Jordar Kirtan was going on. They pulled him also into dancing. They did dancing, Kirtan, everything. And then when he went for the prasadam, one devotee gave him a full plate of prasad. He asked how much I have to pay. He said 200 rupees or how much is it? He said it's free. He was amazed, really. So next week I'll bring my wife, children, everybody. It's free, full plate, full prasad you get. So he got connected and then eventually he grew up, got initiated. Now he's a counselor in Chowpatty now. Wow. Uddhavan Prabhu. So you can see why I am saying this. Many souls who are suffering in this world will be saved, and not just saved, they become leaders of the movement, you can imagine. So, if you save even one soul, your life is successful, Prabhupada said. So in this way, our movement can expand. And also, our temple, if we don't send people out, our temple cannot be a vibrant temple. It will be a stagnated temple. Like if a gutter water, if gutter gets stagnated, a lot of mosquitoes come there. You've seen that? Yeah. And the mosquitoes, once they increase number, they'll bite everybody and it will be paining everybody. And that will also cause dengue, fever and all that, right? No? Similarly, you will find if devotees stagnate in their life, they don't go out on Harinam or book distribution or something, preaching and things like that. When they stay within temple, that's like a stagnated water, lot of mosquito like metal lizards will multiply. Metal lizards will multiply, they will bite each other like mosquitoes. And they will suffer themselves and make others suffer if they don't engage in the enthusiastic missionary movement. On the other hand, when devotees in the temple, Janma Sathikabari, then go out and do Paropakar, go out and distribute, then they are very happy. Yeah, that's one or two very important sentences I have highlighted. And the bright sentence that you see this one. Preaching is how we honor like here you see every Acharya in our line, Sri Rupa Goswami and up to Srila Prabhupada, they have lived and breathed the order of Lord Chaitanya. And Srila Prabhupada risked his life at an advanced age to cross the ocean, which I told you. So preaching is how we honor their sacrifice to ensure the parampara remains a dynamic living force, not a historic relic. You see, there's an Anandamaya Prabhu in Hyderabad. I asked him a question. Prabhu, nowadays there are movements, very big movements you see, like you may be aware, Sadhguruji, for example, or Sri Sri. They have lakhs of followers, millions of followers on YouTube and things like that. So, but we have our, ISKCON movement. What is the difference? I asked him. So Prabhupada disciple, he was telling, see, such big gurus who appear on the planet, they come, they are like charismatic leaders. And after that leader disappears, we have seen that Osho was there,
Yeah.
Aurobindo was there. When these people disappeared from the planet, the movement came crumbling down. There's nobody available now. Now the movement is not, there are no branches, no activity. Like Aurobindo, for example, is a very strong vegetarian. But then if you go to Aurobindo's this thing area now, there are cafeterias and all now where they serve meat also now. And the books of such big personalities, that is kept in a kind of showcase, that's all. And there is nobody using it, reading it now. No successors. The movement collapses with the leader. The leader is gone, movement collapses. Whereas Srila Prabhupada left the world in 1977, and now it is 2025. Prabhupada established 108 centers. Now there are 1200 centers now. You can see it. So Anandamaya Prabhu said this is the difference. Prabhupada did not just create a movement, he made a legacy, which will expand far and wide. But the legacy will keep expanding only if the followers faithfully follow Prabhupada. And they study the scriptures, go out and preach, remain enthusiastic. Set a good example, rise early in the morning, do the aartis, chanting japa, hearing Bhagavatam class. Uncompromisingly, the serious practitioners are the ones who are going to inspire the rest of the world to practice seriously. If we take it very casually, coolly, then the preaching will not happen. Like for example, after Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 3 powerful preachers came. Who are they? Natamadas Thakur, Shaman Pandit, and Yoga from Srinivasa Acharya. Shaman Pandit preached in whole of Odisha. And Srinivasa Acharya made Birambir king into a devotee and his kingdom. Natamadas Thakur went to Manipur and made all Manipur into devotees. So they preached very vigorously. But after that, in our parampara, if you see, many acharyas became Bajranandis. They did not go out and preach. They became, Babajis. They were just chanting. They thought world is very bad and people are, not interested. And they were in their own little world. Gradually, 13 Apasampradayas came. If you don't speak the truth, many false people, those who speak falsity, that will be propagated. You will see that. And nowadays, so many so-called mumbo-jumbo religions have come now, who don't actually touch the scripture at all. They are just bluffing anything on their own nowadays. If you don't tell the truth, somebody else is going to speak it. And mass of people will be cheated. Do you want that?
No.
If you want the mass of people to wake up to the reality, like Prabhupada vigorously preached in old age, we all should preach also. As many people as possible we should reach. Matajis, Prabhuji, children, youths, everybody should do that. So, in this way, our movement will remain colorful, vibrant, with activities, and also we should increase the successors and leaders in this movement. When we are dead and gone, then there should be many other people who should continue this movement, perpetuate this movement. That's very important. That is Prabhupada. That's why he made JBC, he made sannyasis, he made gurus to continue this. See, preaching is how we honor the Acharya sacrifice and ensure the parampara remains a dynamic living force, not a historical relic, you see. Yeah. See, most people are misdiagnosing the problem of the jivas. And most people go for material solutions, correct, no?
Yes.
Yeah, but the actual thing is we need spiritual solution. See, Prabhupada published more than 100 books. If these books are stocked in our temple and we don't go out and distribute, what is it like? He's saying, giving an example here. If you are a man having a dispensary shop, medical shop, you keep it locked 24 hours. You never open it. You never reach out the medicine to the people. How unfortunate it will be. The medicines are supposed to reach to whom?
The patient.
Patients. So all the entire world is full of patients, people who are un-Krishna conscious. So the books are the medicine. So the books should reach them. That's the point. Correct, no? Like there was one company, true story I'll tell you. This company was making many medicines, like penicillin type of medicines. Gradually the employees became dull and more dull, and they became lethargic, and the speed reduced. And the company consulted one management consultant and said, why our people are becoming dull? What do we do? So they suggested them, you in rotation you send your people to the village where people are suffering and who need these medicines. Huh? So they sent them to 100 villages. Sent all their employees in turns. You go to this village, you go to this village. When they went to the village, they saw that people are suffering with so many diseases and these medicines are desperately needed by them. You know, they circulated the medicines, they came back and they became very enthusiastic in producing the medicines. Because now they understood that whatever good work they are doing, it is benefiting the people, others, yeah. That day in Pune, in Hyderabad, one brahmachari told me, he was standing at the signal and selling. Every day, he and other devotees sell about 200, 300 books they sell. While standing in signal, one car came and he showed him a Bhagavatam box, full box of Bhagavatam. And that fellow said, please put it in my diggy. I put it. And immediately he wrote 5,000, he wrote in the check. And actually our Bhagavatam is like 11 or 12,000 rupees in India. That fellow was writing 5,000. Said, sir, the printing cost itself is 12,000. So it would be nice if you can at least pay the printing price. So therefore added one more zero. Made 5,000 into
50.
and he gave the check amount. That means people are stinking rich. People have money. All we need to do is to go out and hit the street and show the things to people. He didn't just strike it and put 12,000 or something. He was a rich man, big car. He just made 50,000, gave it and went off. So which means people have money, they can buy. Benny Prabhupada said, if people see us in the streets, then only they will know that the movement is still alive. Otherwise they will say, Swamiji came and preached and went where nobody is seen here now, they will say. So, in this way, so here is the important point. The goal is to establish a self-sustaining culture of devotion that can support individuals and family for generations. And a strong public preaching effort creates a society where it is easier to remember Krishna. See, if you have more devotees, more the merrier, is it not true? If devotees become very scanty, very small population, like here you see, it provides a sangha for new devotees, marriage opportunities for second generations and everything. Imagine, for example, in your devotee community, you have a handful of boys, handful of girls. Many times you don't get matches, correct, no? But imagine you create a big community, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 devotees. Then the community itself will take care of itself. Everything will be taken care of that. So, and the more the devotees will practice with more confidence, they will have more sangha groups. Yeah. Actually, nowadays, to preach effectively, we need to use our intelligence also. Prabhupada said, enthusiasm means endeavoring with intelligence. You can go to Instagram and preach, you can go to YouTube and preach. In those days, I used to just give classes locally, but many of my students started traveling across the globe to various places. And after that, I just started YouTube and started putting. Whatever I speak, I just crude lectures like this lectures, I just speak and put it. I don't spend time, preparing, and we don't speak for the camera. We just speak to the devotees. And just put it. Eventually, over a period of time, hundreds and thousands of people started joining. Because people nowadays are not able to commute very easily. So people are learning from the YouTube, from the Instagram. So it's our duty to be in all the platforms. Go to the social media platform, go to the YouTube platform. Similarly, go to door people, go to the offices, go to homes, go to yoga studios, you can preach. See, Srila Prabhupada repeatedly warned that without preaching, devotees become complacent, materialistic and prone to fall down. Preaching engages us in a constant battle with Maya, ensuring we remain fixed in mode of goodness and transcendence. In war, you have seen people carry this, what do you call that? Shield and a sword in the hand. Like this. When sword means you keep cut across the crowd and then defeat the enemies. And when enemy attacks you, you shield. Right now. Similarly, our chanting Hare Krishna and four regular principles are like shield. Yeah. And our preaching is like
Sword.
like that we should do. Both we should do. Spontaneous love manifesting. See, as you mature in your preaching, the internal urge to glorify the Lord and share His gifts becomes spontaneous. Swarup Siddha. The natural symptom of a heart filled with love. preaching stops to be a duty. It becomes an expression of one's spiritual identity. In the beginning days, you have to push yourself to go out and distribute books or do Sankirtan or preach. But as you keep doing for 2, 3, 4 years, it will become a thrill for you. Huh? After that, nobody needs to order you to go. You will voluntarily go out. Huh? So we have a very big responsibility towards the next generations to train them, empower them. This is a conclusion now. See, it's a duty to the order of Lord Chaitanya, compassion for all the suffering souls, love for the pleasure of Guru and Gauranga. If you have love for Guru and Gauranga, then we preach. And self-preservation for our own spiritual vitality. These are the 4 main things, you see. Because Mahaprabhu has ordered us, we have to preach. Because souls are suffering, we should preach compassionately. If you want to show your love for Guru and Prabhupada, then you distribute books, do some preaching, and protect yourself also. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Bhakta Vrinda ki
Jai.
Thank you very much. I can take one question, 5 minutes.
So you said you have to fight with some intelligence, or rather preach with some intelligence. And these days, most of the system, the way it is organized, anything that is religious is kind of considered as a non-starter topic to begin with. And people don't understand the difference between what is religious and what is spiritual. And even spiritual, they have their own definition. They use their creativity and liberty to define what's spirituality. So what would your advice be
Very
for someone
simple.
working?
I tell you, very simple. See, in this world, anything you begin, first thing you should do is to find out who are successful people, who already have a good track record of achieving tangible, practical results. If a system, it works very well, like we have been in India, having this student centers near the colleges. We have more than 150 centers, and each center has like 25-30 students. We call it the voice, we call it Vedic voice is spiritual education. So we have a very simple model. First we do a 8-session program. First we do one-time program in the college or anywhere, in a hall, generate some people and do a 8-session program. After that we have a course called as Gita for All Made Easy, GAMA we call it. That goes for 75 sessions it goes. And in 1 year we have seen boys coming to 16 rounds. Like in Mayapur, just before coming here, we had a camp for 1,000 boys. And all those 1,000 people coming to 16 rounds every year. It's every year thing. And all over India, there are like 25,000 students and 65 in 16 rounds now. So it has been working in India. We are trying to adopt the same here in America now. In America here, I started with Boston, then Brooklyn, then Baltimore, like Richmond and Cincinnati, and we have Pittsburgh and Columbus, and also Houston, Austin, Dallas, and San Jose, and Seattle. These places, about 14, 15 places. So in these places, I started coming in 2019 as a global duty officer here. First 1 or 2 years, I just studied the systems here. What are they doing here and all. One of my goals, to put it very simply, is in each temple I felt that there is a great need of youngsters who can actually offer seva. Because many of the Prabhupada disciples are very old and they are struggling alone. They can't even lift the dainty plate, some of them. So they are very desperately in need of help, and the grihasthas around the temple are very less. Many places grihasthas stay far away also. So, and also even Americans come to the temple, there is no one to receive them, give them some prasad, sit with them peacefully and talk to them. I was thinking that there is a ground level support required in all the temples also. So we started something called as a BYS, we call it, Bhaktivedanta Swami Youth Services. So in Brooklyn Temple we have like 15, 20 boys like that. We have Boston also we have like that, and Dallas also we have. 3 places successful now. Seattle is coming up now. So slowly all places. So one of my first goals was to make about 20 to 30 1600 Indian youths who will run the whole morning program. And in the evening they'll put book table and get new candidates. And when they marry, they will get married and stay around the temple. And they will continue to offer their services. Because morning, evening, everybody can serve if they want. Daytime they will go for the profession. So By doing this, one of the first targets, goals is to support the ISKCON temples. Because ISKCON temples are like an extension of spiritual world. You know, many proper disciples, Americans are still practicing now, but they are very old, many of them. You know, what about the next generation? So, we have three categories of people. There's coming from India for study or job. That's the category we are now dealing with. But we also have born to Indian parents in America. That's one category. Another, they are going for the TSI and all, the Sangha initiative and all they are going. Then Americans. So Americans are natives and born here. So we have to preach to all the three eventually. But currently we're preaching to the third category now, C category now. So we are applying the same model what we have been doing in India. And same thing, and many boys are picking up very nicely. It takes like 1 or 2 years, you will see them very seasoned devotees. Like here we have a devotee, you can ask him, there are 2-3 devotees have come here. Like Hansa, the one sitting behind you. Like this devotees, there are devotees who started and they have come to 16 rounds now. And they are learning both Siddhanta and Sadachar. So we are starting with them, and eventually when they get married, the rest will increase also. In Pune, when I came in 95, our Sunday feast program, like 120 people would come, 120 people. Eventually, if you have systems for training the new people, you take them through a kind of model. So you have to add members to the community. Every year we should think, you want to add 20 families, then 30 families, then 50 families, then 100. In this way, we have to check how many new families are added to our community. So in Pune, like we have 6,000 members in the community now. It's a very large community now. But it has taken many years, last almost 30 years. You know? So if we had more new members, and as new people come, they don't have to be here only. You can send them to different places to start preaching, book distribution, Sankirtan. They can go in groups. So His Honor Ramabad Maharaj also keeps bunches of families near the universities to stay together, take care of each other and preach. Prabhupada actually wanted us more than having big temples. Prabhupada said our goal is to make many people chant the holy name, do Sankirtan, do book distribution, practice nicely and preach. Prabhupada said in Bombay, I want 5,000 temples, he said. Devotees asked, how can you have 5,000 temples? He said, every home is a temple, he said. Every home should act like a temple. How can you say a home is acting like a temple? If you have Gaurneta at home, daily do Aarti in the morning and evening, daily chant Hare Krishna, you call the neighbors and feed them prasad, weekly once do a weekly class, and also go out on Harinam with your family and neighbors and all, and then cook boga and offer to Lord and distribute prasadam. So in this way, home can be a vibrant temple. So it is the new people, as you said, they may be tough nuts to crack. Therefore, there are many models. Like ISKCON Maharaj has one model. You know, I also have one model which I am using. This is in Pune. We have been using like that. If you go to Bhakti Center, they will give you some ideas also. They have. So you are free to watch multiple models and tweak them the way you want and check what works for you here. And you have to be very clear about who are your target audience and what are their needs and how can we present it in a way that will be relevant to them, relatable to them, and which will inspire them and make them come regularly. These researches are coming under the category of intelligence. That means organizing your people, organizing the money resources you have. If you don't do that, what happens I will tell you. You keep a Sunday feast program. Lot of general people come and go. And even after 20 years, they may not be chanting one round also. I mean, in Pune also we have seen people like that before. If you don't do personalized cultivation of somebody, see there are two types of preaching. Mass preaching or grooming individuals. You know. So the second style of grooming individual devotees, it has 3 steps. Contact, cultivate, care. Radhe Yatra is contact program. Janmashtami, contact. Get all the contacts. Then weekly program you put them to cultivation, Bhakti Vriksha or whatever. Then care is counseling, personalized care. You should know the name of everybody in your group and they become like a family member. And they are the ones who add to the community, you know, when you bring it to care. So, like for example, getting a seed is contact. sowing the seed and watering it and fencing it, that is cultivation. Right now? And as a tree is growing, making sure that it is cared for from the winter and summer and the goats and storms and elephants and all those things. That is care, personalized care, protecting it. Then it will yield the fruit after that. Does it answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. That's Hare Krishna.
Any other questions?
Okay, loud Hari Bol to Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the
Thank you.
simplicity of the messages that you shared with us, Prabhuji. It has, I'm sure, left many of us with indelible impact. The examples of being the fire extinguisher and yet, spreading the fire of Krishna consciousness and the 3 C's, the model you shared with us.
So you chose a very good topic because preaching is not a luxurious activity. It is the very heart of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. The Vaishnava Siddhanta emphasizes that preaching is at the very heart of our philosophy itself. We are not like Prahlad Maharaj says in one verse, there are some impersonalists who go to Himalayas and they live in the midst of the icy, snow-capped mountains in the caves for their own moksha, and they follow Maunavrata. But we Vaishnavas, he says that I want to live in the heart of the city and preach to people. And then dispatch all these fellows to Godhead and then I will go, he says. So our movement is having that spirit of Prahlad. So and this is a very special place, New York, because Prabhupada started the whole thing in New York. The vibrations are still there. I went and saw the tree under which Prabhupada chanted. The Master's gift storage is also there. So you all are very fortunate to get an opportunity to be in this city and assist Prabhupada's desires. Prabhupada's desires are clearly expressed. Prabhupada said, distribute my books 3 times, he said. But very happy to come to this center. I'm coming for the first time here. If you have a group of Prabhujis, Matajis, preachers who are interested in preaching to college youths, if you make a team, I'll be most happy to assist.
Absolutely.
There's one devotee here sitting there, Shadvi Gaurampur. You can raise the hand, Shadvi Gaurampur. Yeah. So he is assisting Brooklyn Temple from India. He is a very successful youth preacher from India. He has got 100 youth standing 16 rounds with him, and he's got 8 centers he's running there. And but he's coming first time to America this time. But although his base is in Warangal, in South, he's a Telugu speaking devotee. And at the same time, he's actively guiding one Arjunanand Prabhu and Gopal Pran Prabhu sitting here. They are living in Brooklyn Temple.
Hari.
So he's assisting them, and many students are picking up now. Very nice.
How about we keep him here?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they come for Fridays, then,
Yeah.
we have more training for the devotees,
Ah.
so we need support.
We can have actually he can give very good training for devotees. Yes, he can, especially in youth. If you want to reach out to NYC or any other college,
Yeah,
You
we
want
have
training?
St. Peter's also here, we
Okay.
have students.
is it?
Yeah, we attract the
Oh,
world
right,
students.
very good. Yeah. So if you decide to do in 1 or 2 or 3 colleges, we can give very specific. We have very good notes material, books and PowerPoints and videos and many things we have. And he is in and out trained in the system for the last 20 years. Very experienced. Yeah, he can extend himself. When he comes to Brooklyn, he will come here also. He can surely come. And even while being for him, geographic location hardly matters because he is very committed and responsible. If he is in touch with you, he will be available. Correct, Shabdana Prabhu? He will be available. Most welcome.
A huge round of applause to Radhe Shyam Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
So, I have a website called radheshyamdas.com. If anybody doesn't know, you are welcome to visit it. There you get most of the materials you'll get there. It's radheshyamdas.com. And also in any of my videos, if you want to ask any question, below the video there's a description, right? In that there's an email. If you click that, you can always write to me. I respond to every one of my YouTube video queries. People ask, I always, within the next 3-4 days I respond. So you can always write to me, okay?
Absolutely. Hari Krishna.